serve there by Hayworth, one of the best in the league, and the big block. Get us right there to shut down the right side swing for the Huskers.
And it's a big time right side attacker for Nebraska.
She's been there 5 years, very loyal to the Illinois program. And making a big play early in Big Ten play. Mosier behind the 10-foot line, and Terry is blocked. She gets so much attention.
It's a really tough swing from Terry there. It's coming from behind her. She doesn't have a lot of vision of the blockers.
The same today. Rousseau to Hernandez near side. Hayworth. Alonzo Corsellis had to just punch it over. Kennedy Hill right into the block of Colheed, and Indiana will take a 2-0 advantage here in set number 2.
Low block, but Savannah Colheed has the height at 6'3".
Powerful serve.
Did not play in either of the matches against Penn State or Maryland. But Geddes healthy again, ready to go tonight. Hayworth with the back set, and that's down for Alonzo Corsellis.
As of recently, 246 kills lead the team. Her serve gets over, and the setup is blocked by Ramosberg. Another swing, that's Kinkilla, that's blocked. Rutgers retains possession again, and it's blocked for the third time. It's Kaylee Ramosberg.
Yeah, like you said, Adam, third time's the charm.
It does seem like there have been a lot of unforced errors for the Wildcats. Savannah Colheed serves now. Opposite side, what a block by Saris. She can do it all. Interesting to see how Michigan comes out of the set break. They adjusted well between sets 1 and 2. See if that trend continues.
Great Gosnell serving for the Hoosiers. She's been the hot hand tonight. And that hand is pretty hot there. Kaylee Ramosberg.
The cross court to avoid that block, no problem.
Tatum with the serve. They go up high for Hondot and swatted down there.
Wow, 10, a solo block. Look at that.
She
can do it all.
I mean, absolutely. She is a star athlete.
2 for each side so far. Bishop now. Duzuma blocked up front by Colheed. Colheed can do it.
It's an overpass for Indiana. That's a kill for 3.
Hayworth once again with the serve, aggressive as always. The block at the net controlled by Radford. They're going to give it back over to Robinson. Saris gets it up, sends it over, and the kill by Avery Tatum.
Now serving for the Buckeyes, this is Riley Rader as they jump out to an early 1-0 lead here in set 1. And right off the bat, there's a kill for the Hoosiers.
They look to dominate the points from the get-go. It's a very aggressive brand of volleyball that Steve Aird is very proud that he has developed. Good dig that time from Nyer. Rutgers defense up for the challenge, but so is Indiana. They get a block right out of the gate.
Strongest up front, 33rd in all the NCAA in total blocks.
Keeping it as close as this match has been.
Colheed blocked, covered by Indiana. A joust at the net. Comes back to the Penn State side. Floated over. Trammell tries to capitalize. Gosnell is there. Another block. Lopez a diving save. It's Hayworth this time.
Colheed back to serve. She'll get it over. And Maryland, difficult first dig. Morrissey with the free hit over. Ramosberg, Hayworth. Back to Ramosberg.
Tatum serve, dug out by Dennis. Over to Buettner, tipped at the net. Hayworth sends it to the middle. And another kill for Savannah Colheed. Middles so far finding their rhythm for Indiana.
Gunter the serve. Now up the middle, the Terps keep it alive. Dowler sends it over. Set on the outside, dug out by Spawn, but the Hoosiers nab the point.
A couple setters that have picked up on the craft really quickly. And both have hit a little bit throughout their college career. Both Brooke Mosier for Illinois and Cam Hayworth for Indiana. A back set to Avery Tatum, and one of the biggest arms in the conference puts it down.
Preseason All Big Ten, as you'd expect, Landfair, who will put it over. And that's going to be a point for Indiana. That comes from Kaylee Ramelsberg, another blocker for Indiana.
She's actually 5th in the Big Ten in hitting percentage. Great blocker, but she's done great.
Cameron Hayworth, the lefty, will serve, and we are underway at Wilkinson Hall. And kept alive by Southern Indiana. Gary will keep it alive. And now a swing from Vickers. And another hit from Saris, and she puts it down for the
Hoosiers. Just exploit it.
So again, Indiana making things a little difficult for Wisconsin first set.
Following the angle of approach of the hitter.
Tried deep corner, Murray was there. Run the middle, big block solo by Ramelsberg.
Take a look at 18 in white here. Keeps her eyes on.
And the Indiana block has to respect that early.
Lozier right at the net, going across the net, and Terry is blocked again.
Sit in the match against Indiana last year, 21 dig. She's had a lot of success this year, now at the service line for the Cats. Hayworth over to Tatum. They've gone to that often and early.
Now, kind of got substituted for Damrow at Florida to begin, but then came in at the end of that match, and they were able to pull away to get the reverse sweep. There's Hayworth.
Reigning Big Ten freshman of the week after the kill on the service. And Alonzo Corsellis dug by Skimmerhorn. And Gary steps in, and that finds the back corner. Kaylee Ramelsberg.
Winning in 4, but it's interesting to see.
Gurkovic to serve, and we are back underway. Hayworth will set up for Indiana. And it's back over to Geddes on the far side. It's blocked and kept alive by Rutgers. Another far side swing. Geddes trying to finish off a long rally, but it's dug out by Dierstad. Now a swing on the near side. Long point. Another swing, and it's blocked by Indiana.
Kind of needs that push from the home crowd. Down 11-9.
Indiana to serve now. Another fantastic block by Colheed. For the Hoosiers, good things have happened. There you see Colheed getting way up.
Now for the Wolverines, Carly Greskovics. Ramelsberg lifting up above everyone else. That time it's Tatum. Murray tries to get it done herself. Ramelsberg puts the Wolverines in a sticky situation. A long point for the two teams. Tatum. And it's too much to handle. Ramelsberg up front.
Up front. Everything starts in the middle. Ramelsberg timed it perfectly.
Kill recorded for Chelsea Thorpe. Blondot serves again. Hayworth up left side for Geddes. Gets a kill there.
You just want to get your offense set up. Let's hold them now. Trying to put the Hoosiers on defense, but they say no.
That's a solo block for number 18, Ramelsberg. Point Indiana.
Hayworth once again. This time they go into the center. Saris from the back row, and it sneaks in. In these first 2 matches, 10 kills against New Hampshire and 14.
We've touched on the communication for Indiana early on a couple times already. Maybe Coach Aird calling the timeout to try to sort that out, as a kill made right there by Savannah Colheed to try to get the Hoosiers back into it.
Little Rock, 3 years out there in the Sun Belt before she transfers over to the Big Ten.
Big time serve from Hayworth, and a big booming finish that time from Savannah Colheed.
Who's done it for quite a long time, 76 blocks.
Gets a quick point, is able to turn the momentum a little bit. There, Penn State doing a good job maintaining their momentum from before the timeout. Getting a big kill there, close the gap even more.
comes Hannah, and she's blocked by Tatum.
Here's Engel again. IU will set up Hayworth. Tatum, vicious kill right there.
A lot of 3 true outcomes, if you will. Going 4 home runs, you're going to come up empty more times than not.
Moravec, dug out by Alonzo Corsellis, back set to Saris, and a nice dig there by Dennis. Moravec is blocked at the net, Hawkeyes recover, Mateo tips it over, great dig by Colheed. Hoosiers don't get an attack though. The set to Moravec, blocked at the net. Kaylee Ramelsberg again.
To see things, I think, shift a little bit. That was a fantastic block, though, up front. Indiana's front line really coming in.
Sire top 10 in the Big Ten in service aces per set at the line. The back set over to Colheed. Sent over by the Terps. Another back set. Once again for Colheed. Up the middle from the Terps. Alonzo Corsellis is sent back. And that swing is in. Indiana takes the lead back.
You know, 6 years, you know, the back row attack has become a big deal, but also the number of male coaches that are in Division I women's volleyball is huge. So it kind of makes sense. I mean, they're bringing a lot of aspects of their game over to the women's side, and the back row attack, the BIC, is just one of them.
And there's Ramelsberg, top hitter for Indiana.
It's only a matter of when, not if you keep allowing that.
Several great blocks for Indiana, and eventually you're going to get worn down. A chance for them here, Alonzo Corsellis.
As Maddie Saris is set to serve from the right side. And play and playable right to Anderson. Looking for a swing, blocked away by the Hoosiers.
Tough serve. Kept in system. Ramelsberg keeps it alive. Free ball. Clears the net. But not quite a free ball. Nebraska still out of system. Then put down by Tatum on the left side.
Results in an Indiana point. You're going to see how scrappy this Indiana defense is. And then not sure how to control this ball. They just put it.
Lily Berry is just a freshman, but she was incredibly impressive. And Coach Thomas said that it was a difficult decision with who was going to wear that jersey, but it came down to Barnes has experience. Barnes was the libero last year for them, so she got that jersey back.
For this first set for the Hoosiers.
This Indiana block is physical.
Rousseau still at the service line for the Cats. Alonzo Corsellis. Hayworth flings it far side. Kept up by Northwestern. Rousseau. Chin floats it over. Gary now. Geddes. Bams one over. And Indiana.
But it's those type of rotations, ones like this, where you have 3 hitters in the front row. With that rotation, it's now a
Kill for IU. I saw Franklin dive for that ball. Great effort.
Saris serves. Franklin touches it first. Carter Booth, another kill for the Hoosiers. They're coming back in the second set.
Hayworth with the back set. And Tatum at Hornung. And reload for Indiana. Alonzo Corsellis. Back row Chicoine, and Gary fishes it off the net. Anderson for Colvin. Gosnell runs it down. Alonzo Corsellis with Skimmerhorn hanging in tough. And Hudson blocks. Colheed in the middle.
Side, then it's the up front defense. Savannah Colheed shutting it down.
Alyssa Nyer to serve, and we'll go to Gosnell. And Colheed has it tipped at the net. Swing on the near side again, dug out again by Ramsey Gary. Hayworth will set up Alonzo Corsellis, blocked and kept alive. The tip is blocked by Savannah Colheed.
Kelly Kaufman checks into the game for the Wildcats. New Hampshire to serve for the second time. What a kill by Kaylee Ramelsberg. She is on fire in the early stages of this one.
Michigan is going to need a lot to go right today for them to come away with a win.
You know, something I think is a little bit surprising is that Gray Gosnell gets the start for this match. She's played the majority of Indiana's sets, but primarily off the bench.
This one blocked by the Hoosiers. Kaylee Ramelsberg stonewalls it.
Hayworth's a tough one to cover in the serve receive as they have the same problem on that one. Hayworth comes back to set up Geddes. Geddes, who's had a nice start.
Kulig now with the serve. Going cross to Geddes. Dug out nicely by Hold'em. Now to Leah Moore. Geddes one more time, and she gets it that one.
Number 3, Alonzo Cortelles, is up to serve for Indiana. That is a block for number 16 and 50 for Indiana. Point Indiana.
So that timeout not playing a factor right now in the Hoosiers' run. Dug out. They'll send it to the right side. Ramsey digs it out. From the back row. Blocked at the net by Tatum. Blocked at the net once again. Combined between Maddie Saris and Ava Vickers.
Ohio State with 16. That one dug out off the serve by Hayworth. Now Hayworth sets. Rader tips that one over the net. Now Gary will set it up. Nice back and forth rally here. That one deflected at the net, now kept up in the air. And Indiana gets the first 2 points here as they register a block.
Had over 210 kills last year as a freshman, and there's the first ace of the match for the Hoosiers.
Today comes in a really big spot here. Set point in the second.
There you see that serve from Hayworth causing issues.
As Ramsey Gary will be back at the service line again. The lefty will get this one over, and it touches the back line. IU up 3.
Another well-placed serve. This one, the pass was controlled, and the block gets down. Geddes and Ramelsburg.
Both teams going back and forth, now knotted at 11. Hayworth serves, and it finds the floor in play. Only one ace, a season low, but they've already...
Has been a starting outside at times the last couple years, and she comes in and throws in an ace.
"12 kills, she'll take the serve. And she'll get the ace out of it as well. That's her third already on the game.
Which is since 2008. As Hayworth serves that one. It's at the back of the court.
A tough serve there. On the slide again, off the top of the block, knocked down by Colheed. Murray with the tip. Good coverage from behind from Alonzo Cortelles. The line shot on the second touch for Hayworth.
By Hayworth, take a look at this. Nice little touch there. Great defense, and then wham, right down that line.
Right around that average in this first set. 32 service aces on the board. And a block put up. The block and the serving carrying Indiana.
Read by Colheed. She sees that the middle's staying in front of the setter, so she's...
Western block there, but just unlucky bounce for the Cats. Stinson to Rousseau, far side to Randorf, but didn't have the height on it to get it over the net.
In her last couple of matches, you go back to that match against Michigan, she had no kill.
Saris in play. A service ace from Saris.
Team's out, and that seemed like that's what happened there with the Badgers.
Purdue had a very brief 3-point lead at the media timeout and closed this entire set. Lisa Lopez with a dig for Indiana. And Skimmerhorn. Another tough one at libero for Purdue, and Chicoine blocks. Colheed gives Indiana the lead.
Doesn't get any easier with Hayworth being the server.
That serve is fired in. Oh, baby, Cameron Hayworth.
Fantastic. Another ace, her second of the night.
22-17 Hoosiers. Hayworth again now. And an ace for Cameron Hayworth. He's not going to do that.
Self-inflicted wounds are a recipe for disaster for the Wolverines today. Another block from the Hoosiers.
She's been so dominant from that service line and picks up another.
That was just a rocket.
No, someone like Hayworth who can do magic with that ball from the service line. It's pretty hard to get those points.
Not have any more left. And it's going to be an ace for Indiana.
That's a kill for 13. Tatum, point, Indiana.
16-1 by Indiana. Geddes has been serving for quite some time. Maddie Saris once again on the wall at the front of the net.
And she gets it there.
Merzick rejected at the net. It's a double block.
Serve goes over, and it hits the back line.
Well, if your name is Wisconsin, Nebraska, Penn State, and you go on the road to a charged environment, you're going to get the other team's best every time, right? And I think for a young team, it might be one of the first times they've seen this kind of intensity. Big block on the right side, and Krause is shut down.
Indiana's great defensive play by number 12, Gosnell. But look at that all-out effort by Rodriguez and that block.
The third team down 2 in the second set. And that's in. Oh, a slicer that stays in for the service ace for Cam Hayworth.
A little bit off of that one. Isn't hitting it quite as hard as she usually does still.
Hamill gets it over. Hayworth set. Hamill set. Smrek met at the net by Saris. And Smrek gets matched up.
That's exactly what you said at intermission. Indiana needs more out of the middles, and there's an ace.
To continue the service pressure. Purdue's a tough team.
There was a bit of a disagreement.
This serve from Gary. In. Just got a piece of the line. It's another ace for the freshman.
Set point here. Kaylee Ramelsberg comes back in, grabs another kill, and that'll do it here for set number 2. Cameron Hayworth grabs herself another ace.
They can take back the lead. Here's Gosnell. And miscommunication between Staniszewska and MacArthur.
That's a block for number 3.
The early 2000s. And she goes back to back to set the new record, Josh. There we go.
Saris is back to serve for Indiana. Just clips off the net, and that one's down for an ace.
To give IU a potential victory, she gets it over, and it's a service ace. Bounced right in front of Gunter, and IU, they gave up a very large lead in the second set, but showed tons of fight from the second half of the third throughout the fourth set to pick up the victory.
Hamill, Tammy Thomas, Ilara, what a point for the Hoosiers.
Allworth now to serve. And Yosia wasn't there quick enough. It was called out.
That's a block for number 15.
The all-time service ace leader in Indiana program history. And she gets another right there.